Good morning. Welcome to your practice. Today is Monday, May 22nd. We just had the new moon in Taurus this weekend, and it is the beginning of a new cycle. So hopefully you've been setting the stage, or maybe even witnessing the stage being set for you for this new phase, right? And I believe it's more than just this moon phase. It is because everything, is incremental. We're all, moving forward on our path. And in this phase, it's like this piece of the puzzle kind of unveils and unravels, unfolds, all the uns, to take us to the next step, right? So what I'll share, there's a lot of duality I feel is being integrated, right? I talked about that a little bit with, the Taurus is all about the pleasures of living on this earth, right? But sometimes it doesn't feel that way, so sometimes we need to create it. And there can be an attitude, and I'll say I have had it, where it's like, this world isn't working out for me. I don't like this. This never, feels right. It's not as fun as everyone said it's going to be, blah, 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 right? But instead being proactive in our lives and create the life that you want to live in. Create the life, right? Create the relationship, create the work, create what is beauty to you, pleasurable to you, and live in that, right? I went to Veg Fest yesterday, right, by the ocean. All my favorite things. So I'm not vegan, but I celebrate what vegan is. It really is that message of do no harm. And there's a lot of, activism with, the animal rights. There is other sustainable, ways of creating, from food to clothing, shoes, body products, candles, right? All of these things that do no harm, right? And the people that have created that are actually very good friends of mine. And it's like so amazing to be a part of it, because these are people that have taken something that was a small idea in the beginning of, let's talk about it, let's celebrate it, because they were like in the minority, and now they connect with more people, greater people. So, and it was such a diverse group of people. Like it was amazing. I loved it. And there was music, there was dancing, there was a lot of laughter. And so it kind of gave me a glimpse into the kind of world I want to live in, the kind of world I want to create, the kind of people I want to be around. And that message of do no harm, right, is prevalent. Like that's a non-negotiable for me, and sometimes we do so unconsciously, perhaps. But if that is like that mission statement that we, live out to do no harm, right? It's gonna reverberate out into the world around us. So we'll just take that and bring it into our practice, bring it onto our yoga mat. So we are practicing doing no harm for ourselves, right? Now, how are ways that we're do harm to ourselves? Could be pushing ourselves too much, or berating ourselves when we didn't get our goals accomplished as timely as we thought we should. that negative self-talk, right? All of those things. So this practice of do no harm, which goes with the first yama of ahimsa, which is to do no harm. You know, it's ahimsa, non-violence, right? And we want to honor that, you know, that energy is just absent from our energy field. So practicing that in our physical practice, but also in our mental practice, like when we observe ourselves, right? Like if we fall out of a pose. I did that Saturday because I was so like self-conscious about my shoulder. I did not go into a pose correctly because I was distracted. And I had to understand, it was embarrassing, but I had to understand why, you know, I wasn't on the ball, and give myself grace, like, okay, learn from that and move forward. I'm reading this book by Brian Tracy, The Science of Motivation, and it talks about successful people fail just as unsuccessful people fail. But what successful people do is, instead of beating themselves up over it or reaffirming the belief that nothing works out, is what can I learn from this? You know, being proactive, taking those steps forward. So first thing we want to do is create the environment, right? So that we feel relaxed, right? When we're agitated or rushing, things get missed. And when we're relaxed, it kind of expands our awareness landscape.